Okay, so after overthinking everything, because, that's what I do, I sat down, I long tail cast on because I'm better at it than the backward loop cast on. I was correct. You're going to be knitting all the knit stitches and purling all the purl stitches. Now I've cast on 12 here because it's a nice even number. You have to cast on an even number for a 1x1 rib, or for most rib. And what you're doing is you're creating this elasticy. This is the stitch you see on the edges of socks, or on the sleeves of your sweater, or the bottoms of your sweater. This is an elastic. It makes your fabric very elastic. And this is a 1x1 rib. You might have seen 2x2 ribs, or 2x3 where they do 2 knit, 3 purl, that sort of thing. Brims of your hats are going to have that. A lot of your hat patterns are going to have this because it'll fit over your head very flexibly. So I'm going to show you. I want you to look here, and I want you to see, because I started with a knit. You could start with a purl, but you most start with a knit. See the purl bump? Knit stitch, purl bump, knit stitch, purl bump, knit stitch, purl bump, knit stitch. It can look just like just a diagonal, but there's your whole stitch. Knit, purl, knit, purl. All right. The fun fact: this stitch on this side is a purl, but on the opposite side, it's a knit, and then with a purl. So you're going to be, when you look at it, if it looks like a knit stitch, you're going to knit it. If it looks like a purl, you're going to purl it. This is a 1x1. Very simple to do. Like I said, every knitting pattern, your stitches are going to be, it can say slip, it can say decrease, whatever. It's all knit and purl. All knit and purl. Nothing. Knitting has not changed in thousands of years, since somebody took 2 sticks and put them together with some string, animal gut, what have you. You can see, I've got a rhythm going where I can just, you get kind of good at going back and forth, especially when you're practicing over and over again. You'll get it. It's all a matter of just practice. I'm trying to keep myself in the camera view. Okay, and then we end on a purl. If you don't want to end on a purl, just add 2 more stitches, or add 1 more stitch, and just remember that each end starts with this. Just make a, if you do 13, then you're going to begin and end with a knit on each one. But if you don't mind it being like this, especially when you're practicing, don't even worry about that. Just an even number of stitches. And cast on, and you can do the 1v1 or 1x1 rib. Okay, so now we're on the other side. We've done our one, knit. There's our purl bump, and that's your clue. That purl bump will be your main clue. It'll be easier to see than the others. So that purl bump is handy as heck when you're doing a 1x1 or even a 2x2. You'll see it. To understand, if you get lost, let's say you're watching something on TV while you're knitting and you forget where you're at. You can go there and go, oh, the next stitch is going to be this. Or maybe you were counting, or somebody interrupted your counting. Oh, I do this. If I'm, maybe I'm going 1, 2, 3 super quietly, and then somebody barges in and goes, hey, Mom, I go 4, 5, 6. Now you can talk to me. Okay, so you can see that it's really flexible, okay? Even with acrylic yarn. Now obviously these are bigger needles, so it's gonna look bigger. maybe on a size 6 or 7 or an 8, it's going to be a lot tighter looking, and you'll have more flex, which is good. Okay, so that is the 1x1 rib stitch. Worked back and forth. This is, like I said, a size 11 needle with worsted weight. So for practice, it's good, but a size 8 is fine. Size 7, size 6, the ones I told you to get, those are great. Most of your patterns are going to have that size if you're doing like gloves or hats or anything like, or scarves. So that, then you can kind of, now if you take that out, look at how the loops go. Kind of cool, huh? So happy knitting and crocheting, everybody. If you, I don't know that I'm going to do one of these tomorrow. I'm getting a little tired, but I think Monday I will do another one, and I'll announce what I'll be doing on Monday when I get there. But I hope that everyone is enjoying it. I think I might do starting Monday a stitch a day. From my calendar, just for giggles and fun, and teach you how to do the, read a pattern for knitting. I'm not very good at reading certain patterns for crochet. The symbols confuse me. Oh, and I'm so glad you watched. I appreciate that. And I'm sorry I overthought the other one, but that's what we brainiacs like to do, is we like to overthink everything. And if you have picked up any kind of pattern and are confused as to where to start, or a stitch definition or anything, please let me know, and I will do my darndest to help you get through it. Stay safe, everyone. Social distance is, well, no, it's not social distance. This is, we are socially all still talking, but keep your safe space. And I love you all. Thank you so much, and have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.